Well, first of all, the fact that it's Ibsen. I'd worked on Ibsen a little bit in college. We had read Hedda Gabler. I had worked on a student-directed project of The Dollhouse, and so I really like Ibsen. I think it's challenging. But I had never read Master Builder before. But then I got the call from Elizabeth to come in and audition for Kenny, and Kenny and I had worked together on 6 characters, and I adore Kenny. So that's what drew me first to this project. But then once I read it, it's this really complex, poetic, and yet really fiery play. These characters are really interesting and weird and wonderful. So it's a huge theme-based play, I think. Youth versus getting older is a big one. I have this great line in Act 3 about grabbing hold of one's own happiness, and that doing that versus doing what you should do and what society says, what your duties are. That's a big theme. I think those are really the biggest ones, I think. And there's I can't tell you the ending, but that's sort of linked to another theme too, I guess. It's really heady, actually. And one thing that I like about our production and what I love about Kenny is that he can take something that's really poetic and heady and make it seem really human in the way he directs us and in what he has us doing in the room. And so it's very theme heavy as far as youth versus age, as far as doing what you want versus doing what you should. But when you see the play, I think it's going to be about 2 people wanting something from one another and the struggle of getting that. Dan has done some great film work with us, and we're just teching everything now, and so we're seeing a lot of it for the first time and how it all comes together with Chaz's music and Mr. Miller's lighting. I still always call him Mr. Miller. It's really exciting, actually, because the set is really bare. It's this very elegant, sparse, gray set, and then at certain moments of the show, a film comes up, and it feels like you're being sucked into a foreign film for a minute, and it leads you into the mood of the play. Or at the top of Act 2, there's this really great set of projections. There's a set of plans that the character Ragnar has drawn that really terrifies the Master Builder because they're very good, and it's very threatening to him in his career. It's the youth, the youth versus the age. And the drawings of this youth sort of climb up the walls, and you see all these little details that the Master Builder is imagining as he's looking at these drawings. And it's really exciting. It's really cool. It's a great way into the character's psyche and into the mood of the play, into the atmosphere. I think what I'm finding the most is that I think she's pretty surprising. She's a 13-year-old girl one second, and then she's a fiery, angry woman the next second, and then she's kind of flirty and sexy the next second, and then she swings emotionally very easily, and that's been a huge challenge for me because I don't really do that personally. Like, I don't think Kim Carson necessarily has huge mood swings at the drop of a hat, but Hilda certainly does, and it's been really fun to play with that and really challenging to play with that as well. So I hope when people come and see it, they get a little knocked over at certain times, or a little scared at certain times, or drawn in at certain times,